For 30 years, 9-ball players from around the globe have made their way to the beautiful city of Chesapeake, Virginia, all with the dream of becoming U.S. Open 9-ball champions. The list of former champions reads like a who's who of professional pool. Who will it be this year? Brought to you by Chalk Off, the official table cleaner of professional pool. The Spider, using laser technology to improve your game. And Q-Tech Cues, serious cues for serious players. You're watching the U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship on Billiard Club Network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 30th Annual U.S. Open 9-Ball Championships. Jim White, along with our esteemed promoter, Barry Berman. And Barry, you must be delighted this year. A full field, 256 entries. Are you getting any sleep at night?
It's a dream come true, not only for myself, but so many people. And I'm getting sleep about 4 hours a night, but they're good hours.
Well, listen, we've got a great match on Prospect tonight. Main table, a former world champion up against a former world championship runner-up. Does it get any better than this?
It's hard to pick a winner in this match, Jim. I'll tell you, it's going to be exciting.
Well, Barry, we're going to have the best seat in the house. I know I'm going to be making my way up to the comm box. I know you're probably going to be in the front row here somewhere enjoying all the festivities, but I know the players are in their chairs. Waiting in the wings are the fans. Let's fire it over to Scott the Shot Smith to bring them out.
Thank you, Jim. Thanks, Barry. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the 2005 U.S. Open 9-Ball Championships, our feature matchup for this time frame. Our first gentleman is sponsored on tour by Dragon Promotions, player representative for Mez, Q's, and Cafe Puro, former winner of the Taipei Peace Cup, the Euro Straight Pool Championships, and a former WPA World 9-Ball Champion. Please welcome from Helsinki, Finland, Mr. Mika Immonen. Thank you. And his opponent is player representative for McDaniel's Q's, Omega Billiard Supplies, and Ivorex Ferrells. Second place at the World Championships 2 years ago in England, former winner of the Japan Open, and also the Huber Cup Championships. He resides in Los Angeles, California. A warm welcome, please, for Senor Ismael Paez. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, you may lag for the first break.
Get the chalk off with the new and improved pool table cleaner. Call us toll-free, 866-774-8770, or visit us online at pooltablecleaner.com. Get the chalk off today.
Well, here we are. What a match in Prospect here of my co-commentator Danny Diliberto. And Danny, this could have been a lot easier for both players, couldn't it?
Oh yeah, this is really a tough draw for the first match. You know, it's not like there's suckers in the tournament. Everybody could play, but there are certainly lesser players than these two.
Mika Immonen, he comes here from an event recently competed in, finished third in New York, the World Summit of Pool, and straight into the U.S. Open Championships. And we saw that Ismael Paez, they call him Moro. He has won the lag and is going to kick things off. It is a race to 11. First round action here from the 2005 U.S. Open 9-Ball Championships. And he slotted that one into the side pocket right away, Danny. I wonder if that's something to take notes of.
Well, it is. You'd like to have a pretty easy inning to start. It looks like no problem going from the 2 to the 3, you know, and like you say, the 1 went inside.
And both players have had plenty of time to put some practice in on this main table, so there really shouldn't be any surprises as far as the way the table's playing, the speed of it. Mind you, all the nerves now. The match has started. Don't think he got into that one as well as he wanted to.
No, he had more angle than the cue ball showed, but I think he hit it on the full side, and that's why it didn't bounce. A little thinner, it would have bounced. Tough shot here. You know, I might consider not even playing this ball.
What a shot from Paez there. Brilliant shot.
Still a little tricky, a little work to do here.
It looks like this 4 may pass the 9 into that corner pocket. He can draw over to the side cushion, just avoid contacting the 8, and he should land perfect on the 5.
Yeah, it's pretty good position shot if he pockets the ball.
He missed the 8. Ideal.
And he put a little bit of right-hand English, which made the shot a hair tighter, and tougher.
Boy, what a dream start for Paez here. And what a message he's sending.
No, you're right. And like I said, opening night, first match, for both players, and they're on like new fast equipment. And Paez looks like he's going to get through this.
Actually cannoned into the 7, still position plus.
I don't really know if he had to hit that ball, but it didn't hurt him none.
Well, you saw the deep breath there again.
Yeah.
A testament to the pressure. They're kicking things off. This is their first match, first round action.
Plus, he feels like he got a little bit lucky on that, hitting that 7 and still having a shot at it.
Couldn't ask for an easier 9, though. Paez looking to open his account in the 30th annual U.S. Open Championship. It's Morrow on the board first, leading Mika Immonen by 1-0. A little bit of a distraction, Danny. I'm sure that might be more of a distraction possibly to Mika Immonen. He pays a little closer attention, single young guy.
Yeah, but be careful, he has a girlfriend.
Oh, of course.
She might be watching.
And they're using the break box this year as well. You won't see them breaking from the side of the table. The 9 has been moved up. The 9 is on the spot. Ismael Paez breaks off rack 2 in this race to 11. First round action. Ball into the side pocket.
That always bothered me when the last ball rolling went in the pocket. You're getting up to shoot, and the last ball trickling falls in the pocket.
Long, tough shot on the 1 here, though.
And the position is tough. Not only is the shot tough, but the cue ball is going to fly around. But he's getting there.
Yeah, smattering of applause. But that shot fully deserving. He just wants to knock this 3 in now. Danny, doesn't he? Leave himself top side of that 4. Nice angle to come down for the 5. And really, the hard work will have been done in this rack.
Yeah, he did get through it all right, but it's not a gimme yet. He has to fall on this 4 ball on the side with the proper angle to go upstream to the 5. He's still got to do some work, but he doesn't look like anything's bothering him, first match and all that. He doesn't look jittery at all.
Now.
He might have got a little straight.
You won't see much hesitation in Morrow.
No, he's a very fast player. Yeah, he would have liked to have a little more angle. He didn't want to run into that ball. Now he has a little bit of a tough shot, and he's going to lose the cue ball. When I say lose the cue ball, whenever you hit a ball thin, it's going to fly around pretty quick.
He elected to try and cut it in.
Yeah, I think I would have considered playing it safe there because the shot and position were tough. And I like to say whenever that comes up, look to play safe.
So we're going to get our first look now at Mika Immonen. Morrow parked him in his chair for the first rack and a half of this match, so just wants to gather his emotions and his concentration. He's 4 balls away from leveling it at 1-1.
Yeah, he has a thin hit, but when you're playing on brand new conditions, the pocket will take the ball, as you notice. It hit the rail. Maybe later on in the week that ball may not go in, but right now it did. He still has work. He's got to go up the table and back down to the 8, and he needs an angle on the 8 when he does that to get to the 9. He went 2 rails, and he might get that straight in angle. Yeah, that can happen. You know, you need angles for angles. This is a little tricky. Did he hit the rail first? He did. He hit the rail first.
Made the shot about 5 times harder. Now a much simpler 9 for Mika Immonen. And down it goes, and just like that, this match is 1-1 in the race to 11, but it'll be Immonen with the break in rack number 3. Get everything ready as Mika Immonen looks to destroy them.
Let's see how the break goes, because usually this TV tournament has a habit of balls flying in from the corner. Let's see what happens.
Okay, Mika Immonen, rack number 3. 1-1 the score. We're coming to you here from the U.S. Open Championships. The Q-Tech Q Arena, the focus of our attention. Welcome to the U.S. Open 9-Ball Championships, the 30th annual Open Championships. Jim Weich along with Danny Diliberto. Danny, not a bad break for Mika, but he's got a little work to do on this too.
Right, the 2 is not a tough shot, but getting to the 3, he may have obstructions. He decided to shoot the longer shot because it had automatic position. And I believe he sold out the 2. And I think he can go 1 rail. Just automatic hit center ball. I believe you go underneath to the 3. Well, he decided to draw the ball. You don't get the straight angle again. It's amazing how the ball can go that far and wind up straight. Isn't it? It happens. It's like the balls have brains and they're going to let you work to start with. But he's okay.
Nice angle on the 4. Take the cue ball down towards the 5, but this is tricky. Boy, early indications show that Ismael Paez is fit for the fight here.
Right, he doesn't seem intimidated. Although he got sort of on the 50-yard line here.
Now, as you remember, back in the World Championships that Paez was the runner-up. He trailed 8-1 to Earl Strickland. Came back and beat him 9-8. Look out.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll tell you, that one. Good thing the pockets are playing a little more generous on this main table. And Paez eyeing up this 9. And with it, he reestablishes that 1-rack lead. The narrowest of margins here, 2-1, Paez over Mika Immonen. And have a look at the statistics now. Both these players are playing at a pretty impressive rate. And Immonen now ahead of Paez, even though the score, the more important thing, favors Paez, 4-3 in favor of Ismael. Immonen with a slight advantage.
And they're both playing way above championship statistics.
So here we go. Mika readies himself. Looking for a ball on the break. Rack number 8. With that 4-3 lead, he enjoys. Got the 9 moving. The 2 looks like it's going to find gravity in the corner pocket, but he's far from easy on that yellow 1 ball.
Tough shot. Tough shot. He made 3 balls on the break. That's the most so far. But it looks like this table is going to be a little generous on the break, at least right now. Oh, what a great shot on the 1. How about the position?
The standard out there has been terrific. Both players serving up a feast of 9-ball. Neither one of them, I mean, mistakes have been at a premium.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see what Ismael does when he gets to the table again, because he's been sitting there a while.
He parked Mika in his chair for 3 consecutive racks, and Mika has just returned the favor. If he can slot in these last 4 colors.
I don't see any problem here. And he's playing a little faster than I'm accustomed to seeing him play.
Well, I wondered whether or not Paez might speed him up a little, and whether or not that might affect his game, but it certainly doesn't appear to have. The easiest 9 for Immonen again. Quickly around the table. Down it goes, and another one goes into Immonen's account. 4-4. The first 8 racks have been split here in Chesapeake. Paez and Immonen in the race to 11.
How do you think of yourself? Do you always want the best? Treat yourself to the best. All the top players do. Diamond tables. It's what the pros use. Diamond Professionals. Designed by players. For players.
He hates it when I beat him.
Diamond Billiards.
Got to look at the 2 here, Danny, but far from easy.
Right. But you notice that he took something off the break that time, and the 1 went inside. I think that's going to happen quite a bit with the glance break.
Well, we've already mentioned the players this year are going to be breaking from the box, and that 9 is being spotted on the top spot, the head spot that would normally be occupied by the 1.
And the break box is smaller yet, you know. They moved it in a little bit more. Wow. That is a great shot, and look at the position.
Got a chance here, Danny, to play this off the 6 into the side?
Well, I think
Or
it goes,
bank it?
I think it goes in cleanly. I don't think he has to hit the 6. Well, look at this. And he's not even from Kentucky. I like to say that when they bank the ball in like that, they're from Kentucky, because Kentucky is the bank pool capital of this country, maybe the world.
Immonen is right now playing on a different planet.
He sure is. Poor Morrow. I mean, I feel sorry. I'm not pulling for anybody, but
Ooh,
I feel...
there's a mistake there.
Yeah. His first one, and he's mad at himself because really nothing laid tough anymore, and he did a no-no. He snookered himself on the 6.
Well, jump cues are allowed.
Yeah, but I always maintain that, you know, in my career, whenever the guy jumps a ball from doing this to himself, he doesn't win the game because he can make this ball, but is he going to get position? That's the part, because the 7 has the 8 in the way. He made it, and look at this cue ball. Oh my God.
Sorry, Danny, you were saying?
Oh man. Poor Ismael. Oh my God. He's done nothing wrong, and he's sitting 5 racks now. And even when the guy made a mistake, he overcame it.
You know, I was watching Paez in his chair, and he never budged. I just wanted to see if he straightened up and thought he was going to be getting out of his chair. Never budged.
Yeah, I'm dumb. I would have been chalking up and ready to get up and shoot.
Mika Immonen takes another 9, 6-4. The Iceman really dictating things here on center stage in Chesapeake. 2-rack lead to the Finnish superstar. Paez just tidying up as Mika looks on. That 6-rack that he put together, a 6-rack pack. puts him in good stead. Dropped slightly, .926. Still world-class ratings. And it's Ismael Paez to break off now. Rack 13. He wants it to be a lucky one. Got a ball off the break, and he's not ideally situated on the one.
Well, especially where the 2 is sitting. You know, tough shots and tough positions. A little tough to handle. But back with Mika with the 6 rack run, he doesn't have security yet.
Where the Paez has played that, this 2-3 looks like it offers a combination to the top right corner, Danny, and it does. This shot here is not necessarily about getting the 3, but getting position to the 2.
Okay, I think he'll have the 2 in the side if he makes it. Well, he didn't make it, but he had a little jump up stroke there. But he has that tendency.
Well, that might be the beneficiary of being parked in your chair for 6 racks. That back arm gets a little rusty.
That's right, you get cold. He was warm and running around the table, and then suddenly, but look at the way things switch now. Now that ball came close to going, but it didn't go, you know. Just caught the point. Ismael, is, after sitting 6 racks, is getting up like 2 or 3 times real quick. Fickle game, isn't it? Very fickle. Well, look at this. If he happens to get out here, he's only 1 game behind with the break.
Anybody's game.
Yeah.
Well, we said this one had to be looked at as a very tough draw for either of these 2 players. And they're not proving us wrong.
Oh, it's been a great match so far. And it's got a lot of suspense to it because it's not over yet. If I told you earlier Mika was going to run 6 racks during it, you would say he'd be a shoe-in to win, right? He's not. I see no problems here. You go 1 rail to the 6. The 8 is close to the 6. The 9 is near a pocket. Just like that.
There's no reason why it shouldn't be 7-6 with Paez breaking in rack 14.
Well, I don't like to give them the balls so easily because the people out there don't play this well, and we don't want them to think it's easy. This is tough stuff. You know, they're just making it look easy. Oh my!
He
God.
moved, Danny. I mean,
he jumped straight up in the air. But you know what? I don't think I would have drew the ball on that. I would have gone 1 rail to the 9, and it would have been an easier shot. He jumped straight up in the air, and again, it's probably the 6. Tough to play well when the guy hits you with 6.
Usually a sign of nerves, though.
Yeah.
When you see somebody jump up like that, he's going to have to bank this in the bottom left corner.
Oh my God.
Double kissed. That's amazing.
He's not from Kentucky. That's a pretty easy. If you're playing 1 pack and that comes up and your opponent's shooting, you're dead. You know. But meanwhile, look at how fickle this game is. Everybody was playing perfect. Now all of a sudden they're not. This is a great break for Ismael because how did Mika hit that 9 and put it in bank position? That's the whole thing. You know, if you're playing and you hit the ball and put it in that position, it's a tough bank. But if your opponent misses and leaves you there, it should be easy.
Well, Paez took a lot of time before he came to the table to deposit the 9 in. He wanted to let Immonen stew about that missed bank attempt. 7-6. He draws just a bit closer, and it'll be Paez with the break in rack 14.
That was an amazing rack. It really was.
Yeah, what's more is that smile is back glued on Ismael's face.
Well, he knows he found the game there because, you know, sometimes when you're gambling, you throw in the 8 and the 9, give it to the guy with a good player like this, right? He hit the 9 and put it in the bank, and he didn't hit the bank very well.
So Ismael Paez, he's won the last 2 racks from 7-4. He's pulled back to 7-6, breaking here to try and get back on level terms, and he does not want that cue ball going into the corner pocket. Right. 2 balls down on the break, and all that welcomes Ismael is a possibility of a bank shot on this 3.
I don't think he's supposed to shoot it. Who knows how he's feeling right now? He just found the game. He's definitely shooting.
Now, does this 3 go into that corner pocket?
I think he has a pocket, yes. Yeah, I believe he has a pocket, but things are laying a little funny.
Yeah, he's going to have no positional rewards to the 4 after this.
And the combination on the 7 is fairly easy if you fall on the ball real well. Well, let's see.
Well, he's left himself a look at a bank shot on this 4. Won't have to do anything with the cue ball. The 5, the same end of the table, the same side of the table.
But he has an angle now. He's going towards the 7. Look at that shot. Okay, he told himself, well, if Ismael is going to give me chances, I'm going to take advantage. But this is not easy either. This is what I call the Z stroke. You know, you have to make a Z on the table. You certainly don't want to play for the combination. Well, he's going to take the cut. But is the 9 in the way? Can he go 1 rail easily? Let's look at the monitor.
Obviously confident in his potting ability, leaving a difficult long 6.
See, the 9 was in the way. He better make a combination. See it? It goofed. You know, the 9 was in the way, and it didn't fall right on the 7. Look at Ismael. He's saying, "Wow, what is going on here?" The guy was playing perfect. Now he's imperfect.
That is not a combination on offer. 7 to the 9.
Not only that, the safety is tricky. I don't think he has a chance to make the combination. Even shooting the 7 into the rail, I don't think you have a chance. Yeah, he's hitting rail first, he didn't have a good save. I'd love to be shooting from here after it looked like I was going to lose the game. I mean, this is not a tough bank on the new cloth conditions. And you're going automatically to the 8.
He's got an option too if he wanted to.
Yeah, he has a great save. That's
sure,
what you're
right in
getting
behind
at.
the 9.
Yeah. I'd rather shoot here. But he did what you said. And you know what? He may have left an edge.
7-6 the score. Round 1 action coming to you from the Q-Tech Q Arena.
Well, he doesn't have an edge, and he's going to kick it. Now, he's going to have to get awful lucky on this if he hits it. Well, he's going to get lucky and leave him on the end rail. This is no gimme here.
I think Mika will take that.
Oh, this would really show something if he gets out from here. He's got a little bit of an angle. He may be, if he makes the ball and doesn't jump up, he may just go to the 8 if he pockets it. Did he make the 9? No. He sold the ranch, sleep in the street. That's a sleep in the street shot there. Tough shot.
Oh, this one had a few peaks and valleys in it, Danny. Right. It was almost like a roller coaster ride, this particular rack.
It went from one guy looking like he's going to win the game to the next guy, and now it's back to this. And you know what? He got straight in. He may have to play the 9 in the right-hand corner pocket, and he's going to have to get close enough where the cue ball is going towards that pocket. Does he have an angle to pound it? Or is he going to roll it? What is this?
Just stop it and try and cut it in, Danny. Thin cut on the 9.
Well, I guess. I guess that's what he had in plan, but he didn't make it. I'm telling you, I would have tried to gone all the way down to the pocket and shoot it in the other pocket. That wasn't a gimme hit. I mean, that was a thin hit. This is my favorite shot.
Mine too. 9 down. Ismael Paez back to 7-7. The 14th rack has shown us nothing between these two. All to play for in this race to 11.
Q-Tech state-of-the-art power-bonded cues have won more WPA-sanctioned world championships than any other brand of cue. Discover why world champion superstars like Allison Fisher and Earl Strickland play exclusively with Q-Tech cues. Only Q-Tech power bonds fiberglass and graphite to a solid hardwood core to decrease deflection, add power, and prevent warping. And Q-Tech offers you patented improvements like 20-inch Pro Taper SST shafts and True Glide finish. Improve your game with 21st century technology at prices you can afford. Q-Tech, imitated but never duplicated.
Back to the table now. Rack 18. 9-8 in favor of Mika Immonen. Needs one on the break, and there's that one top right corner.
Again, the last ball rolling. But you notice the one isn't going inside anymore.
So, Danny, as the expert now, explain that. I mean, they had the measure of this break, and all of a sudden they've lost their way. How can that happen?
Well, I'll tell you what I say. It's almost mystic.
Now, Paez has played a nifty little push here.
Do you know why it's nifty? I know you do. I always believe you're going to get the worst of the push with good players. So tie something up that'll assure you of getting a shot. And that's what he did.
Anytime you bring someone to the table with a choice, you're never the favorite. I wonder if Mika may even have half a go. Do you think he's brave enough to try and...
I think he can bank the one and go one rail to the two.
And bring the cue ball back down in behind cover and almost play it with no risk.
And if the one doesn't go, it's going to be tough to go from the one to the two.
All he has to avoid is the double kiss.
That's where he has to hit the one. If there's a kiss, he's going to get it.
Well, he doesn't like it. He's brought Morrow back to the table. So what did Ismael Paez have in mind with his push? We're about to find out.
The whole thing is, just in case things went astray, he tied up a ball. So that could save him and get him another shot.
Yes, he's tried the shot we suggested.
No kiss, but he didn't go one rail.
No, he's unlucky. You know, he deserved a better fade on that shot, Danny. That was, that was a great shot. And obviously we saw it. We thought that Immonen might try it.
But I would have went one rail to the ball. I wouldn't have spun two rails into all this traffic. One rail, he could have get past the 6 and the 9 and have the 2 in the other pocket. So it was cinching the bank, if there's such a thing. But he's not dead yet, you know. This ball does kick in. But I don't like your chance for position.
Immonen's out of his chair. I'd rather be in his spot than Morrow's. Mika was on his feet awaiting the outcome here, I think knowing that nothing short of a small miracle was going to keep him in his chair.
Right, he did expect to get up again. And again, the 6 where it got pushed may save Morrow.
6 looks like it goes into the side pocket, the left-hand side pocket as we look.
Okay.
Mika's eyeing it up right now. I don't know whether enough of it is poking out to be available to the bottom right corner.
Well, the thing about it is the 4 stops him from getting full on the 5 so he can get to the 6. You know, the hit's going to be too thin to control. I mean, he can't try anything else because he could snooker himself. He just has to take the cut on that ball.
He's thinking 3 shots ahead, though. He's got the perfect angle to pull over to play that 6 into the side. And how he attacks it from the 5.
Is he going to hit the 8 off the 5? That will stop him getting that perfect angle. Well, let's see, Morrow's concentrating hard. See, he hit the 8 now. He doesn't have the perfect angle to get to the 6.
Straight, couldn't he just play straight top, Danny, and bring it off that side cushion?
I don't know if that's he does have that. You're right, especially if he plays the left side of the pocket. Yeah, high ball, left side of the pocket. He can go one rail to the 6 on the side. That's what he did, but he hit it instead and snookered himself.
Yeah, he played that all wrong.
Well, like I say, it's tough to figure out what's going to happen next, right? You would never guess that.
No,
He didn't have to hit it.
No, not at all. I mean, even had he not landed well on the 6, he could have played a good snooker. Now he's got a kick at it. I don't expect this to be a million miles away from that corner pocket either.
If he makes it, he's got position, but uh-oh. See you later. You know what? This match is starting to look like it's destined to be hill-hill. Roll it in, take the cut. That's what he did. He played the right side of the pocket, so it went fuller, but he's on the rail.
Don't think he wanted to be on the cushion. This is very missable. And what a moment. Crunch time.
And can you control it to the 9?
Oh, what a great shot from Paez.
Perfect.
Lot of movement, but I'll tell you what, he was delighted to see that 8 go down.
He's whistling air out of his mouth. He's happy that this is over, this particular situation.
18 racks in the books here from the Q-Tech Q Arena, and absolutely nothing between these two. Nine the score. Ismael Paez strides to the table now, rack number 19. This match always had the look of going possibly to a hill decider. A 1 rack decider to determine who would go through to round number 2 and remain in the unbeaten bracket. Not the best break from Paez there, though, Danny.
All he made was noise. But look where they stopped. Again, the push out. I don't like the push out because the player who pushes is going to get the worst of it. What do you do here?
Yeah, no easy safety for Mika Immonen from this position.
And I'm looking for the possibility of tying up a ball. Because after all, Ismael did win that game because he tied up the 6 on the push.
And that proved to be the decisive shot.
Right.
And the mistake from Immonen. Now, the 4's dodgy here. The pink 4 nearest the bottom right corner. You can see the path is blocked by the 5, and Paez is already eyeing that up.
Well, if he can fall right, he does have a pretty nice billiard, and he can shoot the 4 up the corner. But he has to fall on it just real thin. Pretty good pop. Now he could fall on the billiard here.
Well, he's had a good look at it, Danny, so he's got to have weighed it up in his mind how he's going to attack that 4, whether he plays the billiard onto the 5.
But where the 3 is sitting, he can get an ideal spot for the billiard. You know, and he can also go into him. You know, some players like to go into him when there's problems, like here.
He's cut the angle now.
Oh, he's
the
got
natural angle.
Yeah.
Takes the cue ball over towards that 4 and the 5. If anything, he's overrun ideal position.
He does, but he can cut it in, maybe hit the 4 ball. But the thing is, don't miss. Oh, that's what he did. He's going to get a shot, too. Yeah, see, some players forget about that billiard and controlling the ball, you billiard and all that. Rather go into them and take their chances there. And that's what he did, and he got away with it. Of course, he has to roll this in, but he seems to be real good at rolling balls. With a little reverse, maybe? Oh, he missed it. Oh, that's a terrible miss. Oh, my God. The rest of the rack was like, throw it in. Okay, does he have a shot? Did he leave an edge?
Well, he's beating himself up right now, Paez. But certainly, if anything, he hasn't left Immonen a chance at the 4. Not a straight chance anyway. Mika's looking up table.
But you know how I feel about this? I don't care if the ball stops on the lights. You're getting a shot where you were dead if it went in. He's 3 cushioning this. He's 3 cushioning this. Try to make it. 1, 2, 3. And will he get position if he makes it? No, this was the problem with the shot. Great shot. The people are clapping, but he got the worst of it. You know, he's in a bad spot here. What do you do now?
He's got to get the jump cue out now, no doubt.
Man, tough shot. Oh, tough shot. But it's sitting pretty good. But the thing is, to hop it, you got to shoot it pretty hard. What's going to happen when you hit the ball?
You know, Paez knows.
Well, tell me this. Would you rather be shooting here or having your opponent shoot?
Yeah, I'd rather be shooting.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something else, Danny. I'd rather have been in my chair when I saw the guy eyeing up a 3 cushion hit.
Well, that was an obvious thing that was going to happen. He was going to... Well, he had to kick it in 3 rails just for self-defense.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you'd like to have your opponent shooting that shot all day.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. This could be the whole match if he makes this. He did.
Well, he's pulled out a couple shots here, which should have been 10-9 in favor of Paez.
10-9 the other way.
Looks like going the other way, and how big that missed 4 ball. That's going to hunt Paez for a while.
Yeah, I don't think you can go astray here. Cut it thin, bounce off the rail, get straight in on the 8. Oh, he drew it. That's okay, too. And it's one of my favorite layouts.
You mean the last 2 balls sitting like this?
Like this, yeah. Make the ball and stop it. Even draw it a little bit.
Nine down, and it is Mika Immonen that gets to the hill first. 10-9. He's in front of Ismael Paez with the break in rack number 20.
Are you looking for the ultimate one-stop shop for pool and billiard supplies? Then you need to visit billiardclub.net today for everything and anything you need for your home entertainment center. Our huge online store features pool cues, balls, racks, cue cases, pool table lights, training aids, and every accessory you could possibly imagine. We've got the best prices and the highest quality products you'll find anywhere. Log on today to billiardclub.net or call toll-free 866-774-8770. billiardclub.net.
Paez has to be hoping that he's going to get a chance, because there's no way he wants to hit that pillow tonight, thinking about that 4 that he missed.
Yeah.
But certainly, Mika will be looking to close the deal right here, Danny.
Well, he's supposed to feel good about it. It could have very well been Ismael ahead 10-9 with him breaking.
Here we go. Rack number 20 of a possible 21. And I didn't hear anything go down.
No, I heard noise.
Look at the 1.
Look at the 2, look at the 3, look at everything. That's amazing how fickle this table got. All of a sudden, the head ball's glancing wide.
Well, this is the chance that Paez wanted. Very quickly, he's going to be able to erase the memory of that 4 ball.
Well, he better get out here.
I think both players have to feel like they've had plenty of chances to have won this match by now.
Of course. But you know what? You got to forget about that. You got to forget your last innings when you get up again. You know, it can only hurt you.
I always like what I heard a couple players when I've asked them about matches and how they get the negative thoughts out of their minds. I like their terminology, Danny. They play for the present.
That's exactly right.
They live in the here and now.
Forget last inning.
That's what successful pool is all about. Not always easy to do, though, is it?
No. Agonize later, but right now, play the balls. Try to get out. Oh, he overcut it.
Overcut it. That
Overcut it.
I mean, he had a seizure on that shot.
He spun the ball, but he does that. That's his style with jumping and twisting and all that. So I can't even condemn that because he has success with that style. He just overspun it. He used a whole bunch of English, and it overspun the ball, and it didn't go far enough anyway.
He never did look comfortable with the rake there. Just even the way he was queuing up to that 3. Well, the finish line is certainly in sight for Immonen. It's just a matter of him dragging himself across from here.
Well, is he going to fall on the 6 easily? 6 is sitting a little funny.
Yeah, it's tough to tell whether or not it's available to that side pocket. Mika's looking at it.
After you suffer a little with this game, the balls all of a sudden aren't sitting easy anymore. This is not a gimme rack. It's not a connect the dots or Cosmo or a road map. I mean, look at the 6 to the 7. If you fall good on the 6, can you get on the 7?
Well, Mika's virtually straight on this 5. I think he may be able to just cheat the pocket slightly. I think what he wanted to do, Danny, is try and play the 6 down in the bottom corner pocket.
That's a good idea because the cue ball could hit points playing it in the other pocket. I think he has the left side of the pocket, and he still can do that.
That's what I think he might be trying to do. Punch this in and get the cue ball top side of that 6.
Yeah, I think he...
Well,
no, he got this funny angle.
Then again...
But he got an angle.
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah, he's better than all right here.
Yeah, it was important he left himself an angle on this 6, though. Get the cue ball back out towards the center of the table.
Got a perfect angle. Center ball, you're going right to the 7. Pop it in. Oh, he drew it one rail. Oh, I didn't like that. I thought he had enough angle just to go across. Oh, man, it's not over yet. The 8 is sitting funny. When you're playing real well, everything is just stop, stop, stop. Now look what he's got to do on the hill.
Well, if this was Mika Immonen in the middle part of this match, he'd have probably already put the bow on this one and he'd be out of the arena.
They both did slow down a bit. Oh, man, he's got to punch this in and fall on that rail and take the cut. He could very well be snookered or miss this ball.
Yeah, this isn't easy. No. And given the fact that it gets him into round 2, if he can clear up these last 3 colors, obviously a little bit more pressure.
Yeah, he'll be glad to get this one over with a win.
He's got to clear that 9 here.
Oh, beautiful shot.
Couldn't hit that any better.
No. He gathered himself together and said, forget all the other bad part, and I'm going to hit this one. And he did. And he got perfect. 2 rails to the 9.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Probably as good as any he played in the match. When Paez knows now that he's going to have to fight his way back in the loser's bracket. It was a tough draw having to play the former world champion in the opening round. But this 9 to seal the deal for Immonen. And down it goes. Mika is through, but not without a scary moment from Ismael Paez. Ismael Paez through to the loser's bracket, but it'll be Mika Immonen, 11-9 winner over Paez, through to round 2 here at the U.S. Open.
The U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship is a production of Billiard Club Network. For more, log on to billiardclub.net.